Come into the lab and see what's on the slab. There are two very popular genres that very rarely intersect: the musical and horror. In fact, the common examples just aren't. Little Shop of Horrors has the elements of an alien invasion cosmic horror, but the movie especially is essentially a romantic comedy. Even in the bad ending of Don't Feed the Plants has the awesome power of a kaiju film instead of inspiring fear. On the other hand, the Rocky Horror Picture Show does have the gothic horror aesthetic, but with very few exceptions, it's played for crude humor or sheer weirdness and doesn't inspire fear. Or Phantom of the Opera is the story of an obsessed serial killer who kidnaps and manipulates love interest that has fangirls squealing about going on an underground gondola ride. In all of these, the musical aspects undercut the horror almost completely. Now, other musicals that have settings that would lend themselves to horror, like Nightmare Before Christmas or Hazbin Hotel, focus on comedy or world building rather than actually trying to scare the viewer. There are only two horror musicals that I've ever seen that actually deliver on the horror. These are Sweeney Todd and the Joker duology. Sweeney Todd's music underlies the demon barber's emotional fall. It's disturbing how he sings to his friends, the Razors, and the music actually heightens the tension as you feel genuinely disturbed about what he's going to do next. And Joker, especially the first one, has music and dance demonstrate Arthur's descent into madness as he unleashes the rage of Occupy Wall Street. The second movie lost a lot of this, as so much of the music is clearly hallucinated. But there's almost nothing comparable to the power of the first film's bloodstained bathroom ballet. And now, finally, we have a new addition: Alan Wake 2. Now, for those who aren't familiar with the series, Alan Wake was written as a video game episode of The Twilight Zone. The premise is that there is a lake in Washington that connects to the dark place. Any work of art made nearby can come true. Our characters include the poet Tom, the writer Alan Wake, his photographer wife Alice Wake, and most importantly for this discussion, Tor and Odin Anderson, the old gods of Asgard. Multiple times throughout the series, their music becomes central. In the first game, there's an entire hold the line battle to the song War, and the poet and the muse gives Alan critical instructions on how to save the day. In the spin off Control, their song Take Control has a full musical segment that guides our heroine through an impassable magic maze. Now, this is expanded on in the sequel, as there are four major points where you have full musical numbers, including a roughly 20-minute musical video to Herald of Darkness, and the final battle is specifically so that the old gods can perform Dark Ocean summoning, so their song can turn into reality. There's also a full chapter that centers around the Anderson family, featuring both the reprise of Poet and the Muse, as well as a new song, Anger's Remorse, the finding and playing of which is core to this chapter. Now, there are three reasons why this works so well. First, quality. The old gods are played by the real band, the Poets of the Fall, who portray younger versions of their characters in flashbacks, pictures, and whenever's magic's involved. The high quality of the rock helps sell this. But, more importantly, this is a fully diegetic musical. There isn't just a soundtrack playing, and we aren't stopping time to sing an aria. The characters are playing and listening to the music as well. In Dark Ocean Summoning, The band has to complete the song in order for the magic to rewrite reality. In Take Control, you have the cassette given to you by Ati, an actual Finnish god. This is a fantasy story, but in a shockingly realistic setting. The fact that the band is singing doesn't undermine that because they are singing music for a specific reason and it's reacted to realistically in the story. And let's not forget, since this is a video game, you can lose. We know in a musical, no one's going to kill someone mid song. Christine is in no danger during Point of No Return. The mean green mother isn't going to eat Seymour until after the final chorus. The music breaks the tension and suspense as it's a moment of safety. And safety is the antithesis of horror, which is why the only true horror musicals star the villain rather than the victim. However, as many people can say, getting to the end of Dark Ocean Summoning is not a trivial endeavor. And the fact you can lose makes it all the greater. It turns it into an interactive accomplishment. You didn't just watch the hero, you save the day with the power of rock, which makes it all the sweeter. So, thanks for listening. And remember, take a jump to the left, keep your hand at the level of your eye, don't feed the plants, and finally, show me the Herald of Darkness.